Hello and welcome. So I want to talk about being an introvert and being in theater. If you just look up the word introvert, I feel like it's not as descriptive as it really is, because it describes you as like shy and antisocial, and it's very true that most introverts are very antisocial and kind of shy. But I also think that it doesn't always exist on that like type. I think for me, being like an introvert is, I definitely don't go up to people and like be like, hi, my name's Megan, how are you, kind of deal. But when I'm like really close with someone, I tend to be more open about it and more talkative. And once you get to know me, I talk a lot and I ramble on. In theater, you're supposed to be someone who's very like outgoing and energetic and everything, and I think that introverts can definitely be very outgoing and open, and there's a difference between like public speaking and acting, and the differences between like that anxiety of it. For me, like speeches just somehow are more anxiety ridden, and acting like on a stage is a completely different experience. And stage fright is a thing, and some people do have stage fright, but not every like introverted person or shy person has stage fright, I think. And there's definitely a change when people are acting, because you're not yourself completely. Like you are, but you're not. It's definitely a different journey and experience than probably more outgoing and extroverted people are, which there's nothing wrong with being an introvert or an extrovert or an ambivert. It honestly is more of a social thing. In a social situation, like if you're an extrovert, you're more likely to just go up to someone and introduce yourself and talk to them very easily. And introverts are more shy and less. For me, it's like if I know that someone likes theater, I'm more social than people that I really don't know. And ambivert is kind of in between that, and it fluctuates. Before I joined theater, I was really shy and antisocial, and I just followed people around kind of deal. Like my best friends were most of the time like leaders in a way. And then I joined theater and I met a group of people and a community that is very welcoming, and a lot of people are antisocial, and you kind of bond over that and you help each other, and it's just a great community, I feel. And definitely being in theater has increased my social skills, and I'm still an introvert, but I'm more easily to like talk to someone and be more carefree about like texting someone or saying hi to people that I know like theater, or complimenting them, or asking them for advice or for their autograph on a program, because I'm that person that asks people for their autographs on a program after a school show. Just am. Theater is really something that helps that kind of thing. It's honestly a process. You're not gonna exactly go from being completely shy and inward on yourself to being the most outgoing person in the world. That takes a lot of guts, and some people can, but some people can't. Personally, it's been a process, and I'm still working on it. Being an introvert in theater also means that sometimes, as antisocial as like everybody else is, sometimes everybody's hesitant to talk and to communicate when that's something that needs to happen for like acting. Like if you have a scene partner, you kind of need to talk to them about, you know, like the story, the origin, the bond they have, the connections. And part of theater, I think, is like connecting with people. And being an introvert, in a way, kind of buffers that. It takes more energy, kind of, and willpower to step forward and to like address the person and be like, so what are we doing? Like for In the Heights, I had a dance partner for the club, and it was about a month before the show that I finally messaged my dance partner and was like, okay, what's our origin story? Because there needs to be like a connection there in a way, even if it's just we're random people that met at a club, which is what it was. There needs to be some kind of thing so both people know the intentions and the objectives, obstacles, all of that on why they're dancing, how they met, and stuff like that. And having connections with the people you're on stage with increases the humanizing of theater and acting, and that's what makes a show really good. And sometimes, as an antisocial / introverted person, it's hard. It just feels like you're not disconnected, but like disconnected, and that you can't always like reach it because you're kind of scared. And sometimes you take the leap, you just go for it, you send a text message or you get the words out, and it's honestly a good moment. Opens a discussion about intentions and stuff like that. And it definitely helps, I feel. And this is honestly a ramble, so I'm really sorry that it's like all over the place, no matter how much editing I do. There's not a lot of videos and things out there about being an introvert in theater, because I can only imagine that it kind of seems like a roadblock kind of thing, that introverted people are less likely to go into theater and stuff, and I don't think that that's like completely true. For me, it's like theater is the one place that I can be completely myself around people that I know and that I trust, and it's like a safe space. And for a lot of introverted people, it's like there's some places that they're more social or more outgoing or more themselves, and they're still introverted and everything, but they're more comfortable. Sometimes it just takes a small self-push to put yourself out there and to like go to cast parties, or to ask for notes, or to talk to fellow theater people about their experiences, or to talk to people after shows about what they liked and things that you can improve on, and having open discussions. No one's experience as an introvert or an extrovert or an ambivert or whatever is the same, so I don't really want to like generalize it, because not every introverted actor might be the same, but that's just like me and my kind of standpoint on it. I want to clarify that I'm a very happy person in theater. Part of it is working with it in a way, because if you play more like sensitive and shy characters, you kind of are acting from experience and from what you know and from what you've felt. And it shouldn't be something that holds people back from wanting to do like theater or any activity just because they're like scared, I guess. And I don't want to sound like that person that's like, well, you're introverted, why don't you just like talk to people? Because it's really not always that easy. Again, it depends on the person, but sometimes you just like can't in a way. But I think in some instances it's better to try to like work with it opposed to letting it like define you. Like, I'm an introverted person, and yeah, I'm very antisocial and awkward, as I've said, and I avoid some social interactions, but I like need to find a way to like pause it in a way. And when you get on stage, if you have to be an outgoing person, then you go from being an introverted person, being inward on yourself in school, and then once you get on stage, it's just a completely different person and experience, and you're feeling somebody else's emotions and stories, and it's definitely like a strong feeling. Like, you're suddenly not yourself in a way. Taking somebody's story and you're putting it in your body and your life, and you're acting out people who have a whole lifetime of experiences, and you're playing that, and it's just a different experience, I think, than like going out and doing a presentation in a class and having to go day to day interacting with people. And for some people, they get judged on it, on how on stage they're this outgoing person, and then off stage they're like maybe not as self-confident as they seem, or not as social, or more shy. It really depends on the person, and acting is amazing like that. I think there's some people who just are completely awkward people in person, but then they get on stage and they're like a whole completely different person. And for me, theater has always been something that I just feel like I belong with in a way, and it makes me more myself, and I can feel like I can be more myself around people that I know very well, like people I've known for years, people I've met like this past year, people I've met like maybe a week ago, that you just instantly like. Theater, for me at least, and for possibly other introverted people, theater is just something that you go in and you talk to someone about it, and you instantly just have that passion, and so you just talk about it, and it's as if you're not as shy as you were before, and maybe you are still shy when you're talking about it, but I think, at least for me, it's like a different experience, because you feel like people understand you more. Some people, if you mention a topic that they're really passionate about, they will ramble about it and talk about it as if it's the last breath that they will ever take. You're seeing into somebody's like mind, and they're just talking about something that they love, and there's minimal filters. As an introvert, it's like a releasing moment when someone allows you to like just talk about what you love or how you feel. It's just freeing. I also want to say that introverted people, because this is a thing, they like to be alone in a way. That's kind of how to describe it. It's like they get joy and happiness from being alone and working by themselves and having me time and stuff like that, but we don't like to be lonely, and there's a difference between wanting time for yourself to do things that you like and to relax and stuff, and being lonely and feeling like nobody wants to talk to you, and it's like isolating kind of thing. And there's a difference, and I don't really know how to put it into like words, but there's a difference. Loneliness is not a good feeling for anybody, and no one deserves to feel lonely or to feel alone in the world. So that's been my ramble about introversion and theater, and being an introvert in theater, and being antisocial in theater. Hopefully you've learned something, or you relate, or maybe you just enjoyed the video, maybe. I will see you in the next video. Leave a like or a comment, subscribe. If you are an introvert or an extrovert or an ambivert yourself, tell me about it. I'm open to discussion in the comments. Hopefully I didn't say anything offensive or problematic, because that's not my intention. This is mostly about my experience as an introvert in theater, and how it's not always like a roadblock kind of deal. But yeah, hope you enjoyed, and see you next time.